All right, y'all, back here with another recipe video. As I promised, I am going to be sharing with you simple ways that you can use our seasoning blends to cook a variety of foods. I wanted to really just get different things that you can use at the cookout, stuff for parties, things that, you know, quick you can throw together, but they're still full of flavor. And so today we're going to make elotes. And one of the things that I loved about growing up in Chicago, especially in the summertime, was finding the corn and the cut men, because that's what we called them. Okay, I didn't know how to say elote. I may not even be pronouncing that right, but either way, when you saw that cart, you was going to get you some. And I love that growing up. That's not something I see here a lot in Southern Illinois. Not that there aren't restaurants that like serve it, but it's not, you ain't just gonna see that cart coming down the street. And so I want to show you how we make them. And again, super simple recipe, so let's get into it. All right, so here already I have a bag of corn that is steamed. Now it's summertime, so fresh corn, you could do this with corn on the cob. You can also cut the kernel kernels off of the cob, but I just literally have a bag of steamed corn here, okay? And we've steamed it up and drained off the excess water off of there. And so to that, and the reason I'm doing this like this now, mind you, when we got it growing up, they put it in a cup. So they served it and they made this, you know, put all the ingredients in, mixed it up and gave it to you in the cup, or they made it up and put it on the cob and served it to you. But I'm going to prepare it as if it were a side dish, something that was sitting on the table. And so I'm not going to do it the same way that I saw it done growing up. And there's a little changes to what I saw growing up as well, but that's why I'm doing it this way. So I don't want nobody coming and fussing at me. So anyways, to that steamed corn, we are going to add some butter. Now again, when I grew up eating this, they used it's like the squeeze parquet. That's what I saw. I'm using butter. All right, so I put a little more than half a stick, not quite 3/4 of a stick, but to that. And I have a large bag of corn, so this is probably like two. The last time I made this batch, I used a smaller bag. This one is a 3-pound bag of corn, so it's a fair amount of corn, and you want that. You need that. So anyway, you're gonna add that to it. You want it to melt down a little bit, but as you're stirring it in, it'll kind of get to melting. So we're just gonna let that start melting in there. Now, to that, because I just did that. All right. So now to that pot with that melted butter, I have 2 limes here that I've halved, and we're gonna put some fresh lime juice in there. And yes, y'all saw me rinse off half limes because I set something on top of it. I set something on top of it. Nothing bad, just a wrapper, but anyways, don't judge me, okay? Anyways, gonna get that lime juice in there. I get it. I'm gonna get it. So, 2 limes, 2 cups, 2 limes, halved, and the juice in there. I'm gonna keep stirring that around, trying to get that butter to melt in there. All right, and then to that, we are going to add some mayo. You know how you sit and you think you're ready to record. I thought I had everything in this little area so I can record this video. That ain't what happened. And I'm really not the person who wants to do a bunch of editing and clipping and cutting. So if y'all watch this later and y'all see all of these little mishaps, I love y'all. This is real life in the kitchen. It is not the edited social media version where we only show you the pretty parts. It'd be funny in the kitchen, okay? Stuff happens. You eat good. That's all I can say. All right. Anyways, so to that, we are going to add some mayo. And so, For this big of a bag, I would do about a half of a cup of mayo. Now this isn't a whole lot in this jar that I had. I'm gonna stir it up and see how much I have, and then if I need to add some more, I will. You basically are just adding enough so it kind of is coated. Yeah, I need a little bit more. Not a lot more, but a little bit more. Why do I have 2 open jars of mayo? Who knows, okay? Maybe I had one and we were out and about, and then there was one at home and they just both made it to the house. I don't know, y'all. Anyways, so about a half a cup of mayo. And then to that, we are also going to add, so we have some Cotija. Now, again, I'm probably pronouncing these words all wrong, okay? I'm not Hispanic. Them 2-3 years of Spanish in high school served me not well. I know 2 sentences, okay? So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please forgive me, okay? I'm trying, y'all. So we have some Cotija cheese shredded up. We'll grate it in our bowl here. And we are going to add some of it, because I'm going to reserve some for the top to use as kind of like garnish. All right. So then we are going to add some of our Cajun seasoning. So when I used to get this, they would put either tahini or they would do like a chili powder or something. So you get the cayenne, and we already have the fresh lime juice. So similar flavor profiles, but yeah, it's our Cajun seasoning. So use that instead. So we're gonna put a decent amount in here. I also would like to add some cilantro to this, but I don't even know if I have any. Let me check that. Look at that. Still got some. I told y'all I was not prepared. I thought I was ready. Was not. That's all right. We're going to get a little bit of that. We're going to get a little bit of cilantro. All right. So I'm going to take that cilantro, and I'm just going to take my herb scissors because I didn't do this ahead of time, and I'm just going to chop some in there. Now, obviously, I would have had that done beforehand, but I don't. So here we are, okay? Here's the maybe not the worst recipe video you've ever seen, but here we are, okay? Anyways, go mix that all up. Add some more seasoning if you feel like you need some, which I do. So I'm gonna put some more. And then we're gonna give it a little taste. See what it tastes like. And the good thing about tasting as you go is you can see what you need more of. If you want more spice, you add more spice. You need more lime, you add more lime. That makes my Chicago happy. Okay, listen. I'm gonna add some more spice though. But put a little more of that. Or a lot more of it. And we're also gonna add a little more cheese. All right. So after we get this all mixed up, we are going to add it to our dish. And I'm also putting it in here because it's gonna be easier for me to store. Okay? All right. Granted, here's the thing. You want to serve this fresh. But for argument's sake, I'm gonna give y'all a full video. This This is me attempting not to make a complete mess. To know me is to know I'm the messy cook, y'all. My husband probably get tired. But he eat good, so he don't say nothing, so I don't know. Be easier if I just call him and ask him to help me. It's light enough to turn over now. Alright. So you get that into your serving dish. And afterwards, you're going to take the remainder of your cheese and you're going to sprinkle that on to the top. And then you are also going to add a bit more of your seasoning. And then if you want, you can also, let me cut up a little bit more of the cilantro. And we'll put a little more on that on there for some added color. And there you have it. 10 minutes and we've assembled a nice little side dish. I mean, it takes 10 minutes or so to steam your corn, unless it's fresh off the cob, then it might take a little bit longer. But if you wanted to do this ahead of time, like you can have your corn cooked, your cheese shredded, all of the things kind of set up, and then you can assemble it in 10 minutes. So simple, sweet, to the point recipe that's super tasty, that family can enjoy. And yeah, so we're gonna have this as a side tonight, and I hope you all enjoyed this recipe video. See you in the next one. Bye.
That's the J effect. That's the J effect. That's the J effect.